Hello, this is The Cure for Ignorance is Knowledge. This is an unrehearsed bit of news I'm about to bring you, but I just can't take anymore. I'm going to discuss with you the fake news that you've been hearing and why the mainstream media news outlets think that they can just tell you anything that they want to with impunity. And it's because of the Smith-Mundt Act of 2012, which gives the right to propagandize the American people. It is in the Constitution now that you can use propaganda to mislead the American public, which has been illegal up until 2012, but now it's in the Constitution. That is why these mainstream media outlets seem to think that they can get away with their treasonous behavior of calling for the assassination of our president and, the Russia, everything that you hear. They think that they are covered by the Smith-Mundt Act of 2012. All you have to do is hit Google, and for now anyway, and look up the Smith-Mundt Act, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But there is the Supremacy Clause in the Constitution guarantees that you can't make a law that overrides the Constitution. So all of these things are just, I'm just, even some of the alternative media just repeat and repeat and repeat this news. And you'll have to excuse me, I'm not reading a script. This is unrehearsed, so I'm just wanted to bring this to your attention, that the reason you hear so much fake news and the reason why people are getting away with it is because of the Smith-Mundt Act. I repeat myself. So I guess the biggest thing is, during the campaign, it's over and done with, and we have a new president, and he is our president, is the so-called lies that you heard about Hillary Clinton. And let me tell you that an institution as powerful as the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation are, that if one false story, any false narrative would have came up, you would have never heard from any of those news outlets again, as they would have been sued for libel. And that would have been defamation of character, and they would have been sued into oblivion. So the fact that all she had to do, or all any of these people have to do, or come on any news outlet on, whatever, I'm not going to say the names out loud so I don't get sued, is say, hey, that's not true, that's just not true. Those are blatant lies, and you would have never heard from InfoWars, you would have never heard from any of these alternative media outlets again, because they would have been sued for every penny that they had, because that is, tort reform, doesn't remove libelous statements, and it doesn't remove defamation of character. And as powerful as the Clintons are, any of the things, such as the body count, the Clinton body count, the rapes that were perpetrated by Bill Clinton, it just goes on and on and on. Uranium One, the selling of our natural resources to Russia. You never hear about that. You never hear about the Department of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, asked Russia to help guard our games, our football games, and now inviting Russian Spetsnaz troops onto our soil. If that is not treasonous, it makes one want to vomit. So this is the first video of many to come, and I'm going to be practicing free thought here for as long as I can until I get shut down, or we no longer have a constitution. And that's another thing that I would like to say is, anyone, Antifa, anyone that is against the Constitution and wants to ring in socialism and communism or ring in Sharia law is not protected by the Constitution. You cannot practice freedom of speech when you are being treasonous to the United States of America or to the Constitution. It's just not possible, and the only reason that it is possible and the only reason that it is happening is the Smith-Mundt Act. And Mr. President, I would like you to look into that and have that removed, as we don't need propaganda ministers. We do not need to be lied to and told stories, fluff stories of how, a pigeon hitched a ride on the back of an alligator and made it to the other side of the, we don't want to see, Jumbo, the flying squirrel, and And we want to hear what's really going on in this world, and we want to hear that North Korea does not have the nuclear capability to bomb us. They do not have the technological capabilities. Our directed energy weapons far outweigh any weapon that could be possibly launched against us. And if it happened, it would be deliberate. Just as many of these other attacks that they hate us because of our freedoms. And you'll have to excuse the I don't know what word I'm looking for, and I want to follow in the footprints of W, a comicality of my statements. It's just hilarious how they continue this Russia narrative when it was we the people. We don't want to be called stupid because there's just so much news to cover. I'm going to go ahead and end this first video here, as I don't want to ramble and go into different news stories all at once. I've given you an idea of the news that I'm going to be delivering, and thank you for listening. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. And remember, the cure for ignorance is knowledge.